Buongiorno, amici miei. Hi everyone in Italy. I'm so happy to be doing this. My name is Anita Moorjani. I've written a book named Dying to Be Me, which is now published in Italian, and I'm really excited about it. In the book, I speak about my journey from cancer through near death to healing. What happened with me is that I was diagnosed with cancer in 2002, and it progressed over 4 years. And in 2006, I was at end-stage cancer, where I literally only had a few hours to live, according to the doctors. My body was completely riddled with cancer. I had lymphoma, so I had tumors all the way from the base of my skull, all around my neck, my chest, under my arms, my abdomen, and also my lungs were filled with fluid. I had open skin lesions. My body weighed only about 82 pounds. My muscles were all wasted away, and I was breathing with the aid of an oxygen. I had an oxygen tube through my nose. And my organs had shut down on February the 2nd, 2006, and the doctors had said these were my last few hours of life. I was in a coma. But even though I was in a coma, I was aware of everything that was going on around me. And it was an absolutely amazing experience. I felt connected to everything and everyone. I was free, I was light, and I was completely with no pain and no more discomfort. And very shortly after that, I had many other experiences in that realm. I encountered my father, who had died 10 years prior. I also realized that it was not my time to die. In addition, I even understood why I had the cancer. I understood what it was related to, and I understood a few things from my past, like from my childhood, that had contributed to the cancer. And then I understood that if I chose to come back into life, back into my body, that my cancer would be healed. I was actually given a choice whether to come into life or not. But I knew now that I understood the reason for my cancer. I knew that if I came back into my body, that it would be healed. And this is what I talk about in my book. I go into great detail, and I speak about a few things that happened in my childhood. One of the major things that I speak about is how I lived a life of fear. I feared being disliked. I always felt I needed to work hard at being liked, at being more spiritual, at pleasing other people. I always wanted to fit in. I was bullied as a child, and it affected me as an adult. I always felt I had to try very hard to fit in. I was also brought up in a culture, in a Hindu culture, my parents are Indian, where the values, I didn't agree with the values of the culture, so I was always very rebellious. I went to a British school where the cultural values of my peers was very different. But my parents expected that when I grew up that I would have an arranged marriage. But I didn't want to have an arranged marriage. I wanted to work, and I wanted to have a career and make money, and that went against my parents' values. They wanted me to become a housewife and to have an arranged marriage. They had arranged a marriage for me, and I ran away. And I was completely ostracized from my culture. I know that this, amongst many other things, contributed to the cancer that I got later. And this is what I explain in great detail in my book. Mainly, I was living a life of a lot of fear. What my near-death experience did, it freed me from this fear. And it led me to live a life that is much more liberating and much lighter and much more enjoyable. And that is actually what I'd like to share with all of you, because I think all of us deserve to have that life. And we do not need to go to the stage that I went to. We do not need to die to learn how to live. And my purpose is to share that with you so that others don't have to wait until they die to really find out the truth about how we should live life. So my book is more about living than it is about dying. Thank you so much.